Today on Real Ghost Stories Online, her great-grandfather had been gone for decades before she was born. Then he began appearing in her dreams with a message that eventually changed everything.
Welcome to Real Ghost Stories Online. Call in your real ghost story now at 855-853-4802 or write in at realghoststoriesonline.com. You're about to enter the world of the unknown and quite possibly the undead. This is Real Ghost Stories Online.
Yes, indeed it is. And 855-853-4802, that's what you dial into your phone device, one of these, if you still have one, and then you can share your real ghost stories with us. We would love to hear them if you have one. And YouTube, you can also, in the comments there on this very video, share your ghost stories. We are checking those. We're reading. We're chatting with you on there so we can continue the conversation off the air about any of these ghost stories on our YouTube channel, where it's all video of the show now. So you got to check that out on YouTube. I'm Tony. That's Todd. That's Carol. Over in all these different directions. That's Carol. That's Todd.
That's me. That's Todd.
It's the story.
It's kind of like that.
We actually had somebody, because you had brought out the phone last week.
Yeah.
And somebody was just reminiscing about the old kitchen phone they had and how, you could have this conversation, but if you were talking on the phone, everybody in the household could hear what you were talking about. There was no privacy back then.
No. I mean, I remember when we first got the first phone that had an antenna, that was, and it was like, it was like if we were picking up an AM radio or something.
Like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, what are we doing? And it would be staticky if you were in certain parts of the house. I mean, I remember having a phone like this. And
my grandmother lived out in the country, and so she had a party line.
Oh, yeah.
That was before me.
Yeah, so you could pick up the phone and listen to someone else's conversation, but you'd have to be really quiet.
Yeah.
And my grandma would do that.
Yeah.
She would listen to other people.
I guess it was a common thing that a lot of people did. My mother talks about that was in town, that they had party lines like that. And that people would just listen on other people's conversations.
Because you pick up the phone to make a call, but somebody's using the line and you can hear it.
How, I guess my question would be, if I depended on the person, but knowing that people could do that, how open do you think everybody was on phone calls at that point in time? Were people going and having their long, in-depth conversations not that we talk on the phone much today anymore, but, when we did have long, in-depth conversations on the phone before texting and all that, if you knew someone could be listening in, were people cognizant of that?
I think they were.
Yeah.
But then at the same
too.
time, I think, it's a phone call. And so I've got this thing I need to share.
It's kind of a novelty too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could kind of hear somebody picking up. It would be because in my house, there's one phone line, but more than one phone. So somebody could be in my mom's bedroom and have picked up the phone and listening to me. Mm-hmm. And then you'd be like, Gary, is that you listening? And my brother would be like, no. Oh, shit. But my grandma, it was the same kind of thing. So if you're paying attention to your phone call, you could have heard somebody kind of picking up and listening in. Then you could say, is somebody listening? And then click. Mm-hmm. So I think you would have to kind of watch what you would say.
Yeah. It's amazing just how not long ago any of that was.
Well, it's our lifetime, right?
Yeah.
I mean, mine.
Yeah.
I remember my aunt had one of those, and she was just a busybody. She was the busybody of the neighborhood. But I think you could choose the people you were on the party line with, I think. And she was on with, I think, my grandmother and my cousin. There were 3 houses in a row.
Okay.
And I think they were all on a party line. So I know that she would listen in to conversations my grandmother was having with my parents and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So this is
it would have been exciting because back then it wasn't like you just sitting looking at your phone and constant videos and stuff entertain yourself. It was like there's
Real
nothing
drama.
nothing on the 3 channels I get on TV, but they are talking about something.
Right.
Shit. That'd have been so much more exciting than, scrolling, doom scrolling. It's like, yeah, that's true. That's,
You had to catch it at the right time.
Yeah.
You pick up the phone, there'd be a dial tone, so you'd have to come back 10 minutes later and see if somebody's on the line.
How many people did that? I bet a ton of people just like every time they walk by their phone. I'd be like, anything interesting going on? Yeah, all the time. It would be as compulsive as looking at this.
Yeah.
I would be doing that,
Well, or what if he had to make a call? It's like, Barb is still talking.
Yeah.
Barb, I need to make a call.
I need you to get off the line. Yeah.
You're not talking about anything important, Barb.
I mean, it's interesting how we went from this to this and just how dramatically different the world is in not that long of a period of time. And it makes you go, okay, so from this to what?
Ugh.
What's on the other side of another 40 years?
It'll be an implant. You won't need to have a device. It'll be in your head. It'll be a chip of some sort. You'll be able to see everything with your eyes because there'll be some sort of lens and all this. It's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Like, go out and crank up my Victrola now while I sit on my porch.
And it's time for Todd's Lawn Games.
That's right.
Yep. Get off my porch. Coming up, we're gonna after this story. We're going to hear from Dylan's Excavating. They're supporting the program today. And it's amazing what they can excavate, not just things that you'd expect, but the things you don't expect in life. They can take care of it and not say a word. We'll hear from them in just a bit, but let's go to our ghost story. Our phone number is 855-853-4802. Hi.
My name's Autumn. I'm 23 years old, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. Big fan of your show. It's really great to actually find a show that's helping me a lot. I've actually got a few stories for you guys, but I think I'll start small and begin with the one that really started everything for me. Growing up, my grandparents lived on a farm that had been in the family for about 2 or 3 generations. It was bought in 1922, house was built in 1924, and I have so many wonderful memories of going there as a child. It was pretty much my second home. Now, when I was about 15, my grandfather died from cancer, and we could not afford to keep the house in the family, which was devastating because we thought it was something that would always be there. So we wound up having to sell the house to a young couple who wanted to turn it into a fishery. And while we weren't very happy about it, we had high hopes for it. So we sold the house, and the couple wound up splitting up, and the house now looks overrun and dirty, and the grass is growing over, and it's really bad and really, really awful. So bring this to me. I've been dreaming about the house since the day we sold it. I have been having dreams where I'm walking through it, where my grandfather's still alive, where I live in it, where I'm renovating it. It's just simple, very strange dreams, but nothing that really worried me. Now, last summer, I was working a very stressful office job that I absolutely did not like, and I started having very dark dreams about the house. And they weren't just like every once in a while. They were every single night. I would wake up in a cold sweat, you name it, and like every single crazy thing you can possibly think of, cold sweat, shaking, tears. It was really scary. These dreams, I would be in the house, and I would see these people walking around in there that I didn't know, and they were sobbing, or they were angry, or they were sad, and it was just really creepy and just completely distorted my view of the house that I grew up loving. Now, the dreams got worse as the summer progressed, and I started to dream about my great-grandfather. His name was August, and I never met him. He died in the 70s. And in these dreams I was having, he would grab me and shake me and yell at me and say, "Why didn't you keep it in the family? Why did you let this go? How could you do this?" and the dreams would absolutely terrify me. But it got worse because when I would wake up, he'd be by my bed still yelling at me. And I thought I was absolutely crazy and I was not sure what to do. And these dreams went on for about 2 or 3 months. Towards the end of the summer, I was nearing the end of my rope. I wasn't sure what to do. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I had become so sad and so distraught by these nightmares that I was actually in a very dark place. I just remember all of a sudden, it was about the middle of August, I started dreaming that he was taking me downstairs in the house. He took me to the basement and he said, I want you to go back to where it all began. I want you to go back to the start. It is very important. You need to do this. You need to go back to the start. I had no idea what he was talking about. I did not know what he meant. I am the kind of person that does not like to trouble other people with my problems. So I've been keeping my depressed state to myself. And one day I decided to break and I called my dad and my dad brought me home. I decided that after doing some research that possibly a good way to get my grandfather's spirit to rest and to leave me alone would be to go actually speak with him directly. So I drove to the cemetery where he was buried. I sat down on the ground next to him and I said, hey, Grandpa, I'm really sure I can keep the house in our family. I know that because I'm the oldest, it should have gone to me, but I'm really sorry and there's nothing I can do about it. I just hope that you can move on and be at peace. I love you very much and I'm really sorry. After that, I came to a realization as to why he kept trying to bring me to the basement of the house. My family means the world to me. They are my absolute everything. I would be nothing without them. He was bringing me to the basement because the basement is a foundation, telling me to go back to the start, to where it all began. He was telling me to tell my mom and dad about the problems I was having, about the anxiety, about the abusive boyfriend I had at the time, which I did not previously mention. But he was telling me to go to them and to step forward because he knew that they could help me. And as soon as that happened, I went to my mom and dad. I was able to go see a wonderful doctor and therapist. I'm doing much better now, and every dream I've had about the house since has been relatively pleasant, and I have not seen my great-grandpa since then. Anyway, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story. I hope to continue listening to your show. It's wonderful. It brings me a lot of help as I continue to experience paranormal and supernatural things on a regular basis. And thank you so much for listening to my story. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think she completely misinterpreted what the grandpa was saying.
What do you think? What do you think Grandpa was trying to tell her?
I'm Grandpa right here. I am calling from the other side. Here's the deal. I showed her the basement because there's a wee little space there in the concrete where she could have very easily just ripped it up. Little jackhammer action. I know she could do it. And there's a spot where somebody could go. And the boy that she was saying, the wee little boy with a wee little peepee, he was the one. He was the one that needed to go into that ground hole. And I was just trying to show her that, and she got some other poppycock idea out of it. So I'm going to just...
Jesus Christ. It's like a mix between an Irish accent and an Indian accent.
He's Irish Indian.
I have the two sides of my family.
He's Irish Indian.
Bury the boy. Bury the boy.
There we go. It is, maybe that's what he was saying. I could see that being.
It could have been, Tony. I think you might be onto something there.
I don't know why it couldn't have been that. It's a good thing there are companies out there that can handle this sort of thing. If she thinks back and she reinterprets this, and she goes, maybe there's something that he was trying to show you that he put into the ground in that basement.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Our supporter today, Dylan's Excavating. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Dylan with Dylan's Excavating and More. For 15 years, we've helped families deal with what's underneath. Old foundations, crawl spaces, basements that haven't been opened in generations. We come to you. Or, if it's more sensitive, we come to them.
They came on a Tuesday night, very quiet. By morning, the back half of our basement was just clean concrete. Like nothing was ever there. I don't hear the sounds anymore. Well, there were never sounds, but I don't hear them.
That's what we do. We make it like it was never there, because sometimes the best answer is a clean slab and a short memory. Now, we know times are tough. That's why we offer flexible payment options for every budget. And I mean every budget.
We couldn't afford it. Dylan said, don't worry about it. He and my wife Brenda worked something out between the two of them. It took about 3 hours. I just waited in the truck. She came out a little different, but the basement was clean and we didn't pay a dime. Dylan still checks in on her from time to time. Real stand-up guy. Honestly, I think she looks forward to his visits more than I do.
Financing and other options are available depending on what your wife looks like. We believe nobody should have to live with a problem just because they can't write a check. That's the Dylan's difference. And some jobs aren't about what's under your house. Some jobs are about what's under someone else's.
My grandfather built that addition in '62. Nobody in the family ever talked about what was under it. When I inherited the house, I called Dylan's. They dug. They found my answers. And we all agreed it was best to move forward.
Every family has history. Not all of it made it into the photo albums. We help you find what got left out. And if you'd rather not keep it, we handle that too.
The previous owners left things in the garden, deeper than you'd expect. Dylan's came in one night. By morning, it was just a yard again. The kids play there now.
Dylan's Excavating and More. We dig deep so you don't have to. Call today. Discretion always included.
It's good to
I like
see.
Dylan. He kind of talks like that. Discretion included. Night work available.
Payment plans too.
I love the payment plans. I was laughing so hard.
I was too.
She appreciates his visits more than I do. I just sat out in the truck for 3 hours.
Well,
When I came back, she looked different.
It's good to know there's folks like that out there in case you need to get something
and they're
excavated.
Discreet.
And they're discreet with payment plans available. Let's go to another ghost story at 855-853-4802. Hi.
Hi, my name is Dell. I'm calling from the Chicago area, and I have some pet ghost stories, 4 little short ones. The first one happened to me when I was maybe 18 years old. I had my 4-legged sister, Pookie, that I grew up with, and her and I were extremely close. We had a very close relationship, and Pookie had gone to the vet for the weekend. Her kidneys were giving her trouble, and prior to the kidney issues, she had started having seizures, say, within the last 2 years of her life. And I was sleeping late on Saturday morning, and I was dreaming that Pookie came to me. In my dream, she came and she was saying hi to me, and I was sitting with her, and then suddenly she started to have a seizure, and she vanished in my dream. About an hour later, the vet called that Pookie had indeed had a seizure and passed away. That was the first story. And the second one is we had a cat who was a neighborhood stray cat. I took him in. He already had a name, which was Ghost. So it gets a little confusing. Ghost's time had come, and of course it was the middle of the night, and we had to have him put to sleep. So I called my sister and asked her and my niece to come with me and my daughter. We went to the vet. We had him put to sleep. We got to say our goodbyes. Everything was peaceful and serene as it could be. And we're coming home. And as I'm pulling up in front of the house, the front door is maybe only 20 feet from the road. So as I'm pulling up in front of the house, I see this cat sitting on the front porch. I forgot to mention, Ghost was a gray and white tuxedo. And so there's this gray and white tuxedo sitting on the front porch. And I'm looking at it going, oh my God. And it took me a minute. I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say. And finally, after a minute of, we're all just sitting looking at the house. Finally, I said, does anyone else? And in unison, everyone said, yes. So I got out of the car, and we had Ghost with us. We were going to bury him in the backyard. And I patted the towel. Yep, he's still in there. And I got out of the car and went to go up the stairs. And I got about 10 feet away from the cat. And this was still the spitting image of our cat, Ghost, gray and white tuxedo. About 10 feet away from the cat, he decided to run down the stairs and go past me. And when he moved from his sitting position, waiting at the front door to get in the house, he turned into a black and white cat. And all four of us swore that it was our cat, Ghost, sitting at the front door, waiting for me to let him back in to tell me, I think that, don't worry, I'm still with you and I love you. That being said, I am the crazy cat lady. And so I've always got a brood of cats in my house. And every now and then I will get out of the corner of my eye, I'll see one of my cats that is already gone sitting there. And, like any true mother, I know all my children by sight. I'm not going to confuse a black cat with a orange and white one per se. But there'll be someone, a cat sitting somewhere, and out of the corner of my eye, it'll look like someone that's already passed. And that's it, nothing horrible, but I just swear to God, it's that cat, a different cat. Final story, because I do cat rescue, there was one cat in particular in this litter of kittens that got away, and I couldn't catch him. It was a feral litter outside, and we were catching everyone, and there was a nutty woman involved in the catch. But anyway, this one kitten got away, and I called him Nestor. And I was trying to get Nestor for a long time, and he just stayed in this one particular area. I'd see him every now and then. And one time, driving home down the road at night, I saw what looked like a cat sitting in the middle of the road, but just sitting there. And the odd thing was, it was kind of wavering around. It was more clearish, looked like what you would call a ghost, and kind of wavering around on the road. And I'm trying to figure out, what the hell is that I'm looking at? And I slowed down, and as I got closer, it just vanished, disappeared. And I was thinking several months to almost a year later that perhaps that was Nestor letting me know that perhaps he got hit by a car, but just letting me know he was gone or whatever. I don't know. All right. Well, thank you very much. I look forward to listening to more of your episodes. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for sharing that story with us.
Crazy cat lady for sure.
But
Nothing
I really
wrong with
appreciate that.
Yeah.
She does cat rescue, and I just really appreciate that. And I do think because of what she does with cats, I could see them kind of coming back,
hanging around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was loved by them, and they appreciated what she did. And
It's a happy place for them.
but it's almost like she had a connection to cats that went all the way back to when she was very young, and she had that dream about her cat. So it's kind of like a lifelong connection.
Maybe she was a cat in a previous life.
That's what I was thinking.
When I was a little kid, I thought it was. I really did think I was like, I think I used to be a cat. I remember thinking that.
There you go. I mean, that's a realization that when you have it, you have it. I want to share this. this product, and actually we have this is working out well because I have two versions of this same ad. So we're gonna watch one in this episode, and there'll be a totally different one in another episode. But it ties in well with pets. And this is a great way to share both of them. It's when your pets are when they pass away. If you could just have one more day with them. Well, thanks to this brand new product, you can.
You never forget them. The way they curled up beside you, the sound they made when you came home. And when they're gone, a part of you goes with them. But what if they didn't have to stay gone? One more day, one quick injection of our patented Reel of Juice, and your pet is back, no matter how long it's been. Bernice lost her cat Fiddles 3 years ago, so she dug her up and gave her one more day. Now Fiddles is back on her lap, purring, missing an ear and most of the fur on her left side, but purring.
I keep finding little pieces of her around the house, a claw in the carpet, a tooth on the windowsill. But that's just what cats do. They leave you little gifts.
The Henderson's golden retriever Snuckles gave his life-saving little Jimmy from an 18-wheeler. Took all 18 wheels, every single one. With one more day, Snuckles pulled himself across the backyard on his 2 remaining legs to give Jimmy one last lick on the face.
Snuckles smells different now, but Mom says that's just his new smell. We played fetch and something came off, but he didn't even care. He's the best boy ever.
Jimmy hasn't stopped screaming since, but he says it's worth it. Doug brought back his iguana scales after 11 years. There isn't a lot of scales left, but Doug doesn't mind.
Is he the same iguana? Honestly, I don't know. There's not enough of him to compare. But something in that tank blinked at me. That was enough.
Linda has used one more day 14 times on her poodle, Mr. Buttons.
Every time I say, this is the last time, then the day ends and I'm back at Costco. The pharmacist won't make eye contact anymore, but he still sells it to me, and that's what matters.
One more day, available at Costco and CVS, because love doesn't care what you look like.
It's actually heartbreaking, isn't it, when you think about it?
It is really depressing because I could see myself doing it.
And clearly, they can be in the ground for any time. So
have we not learned anything from Pet Cemetery? I mean, have we not learned how evil these animals can become once they're dead?
One more day, Todd. Just one more day. What's it going to hurt? It's just one more day. That's like this. That could be a whole horror movie right there. One more day. That's the concept. That's the product, and that's the concept. There you go.
And it could be pets, humans. You could bring humans back for one more day.
One more day.
Ooh.
I'd be the lady at Costco where the pharmacist can't even make eye contact with me, but he keeps giving me the real life.
Just keeps
one more day.
Keep sliding the box across the counter and looks the other way.
Something has to happen like every more day you add that's like
every more day
negative, where it's like the one more day, it's like perfect. It's like it's the best day you've had with them, except for the fact that they're like missing an ear and all that.
Right.
But it's other than that, you got that one more day. And then like the next day, like it's one more day, and it's like, okay. And then like, they're good, but like something's a little off or just something's weird. And you may not even know it's like the dog that did it, but there's just like some weird shit going on around the house. And then just one, and then it just keeps escalating to weirder shit, but nobody's thinking it's the dog.
Idea. Yeah.
Until it's like, it is the dog, and like, like immediately cease use after 5 days or more. And like, people are like, why?
Yeah, right. It's like this pickle in my fridge was expired 6 months ago, but I'm going to eat it anyway. Same kind of thing,
Exactly. That's a decision you come to regret.
Right.
That or pickled eggs too.
I was thinking about that too. I think that's a bad decision whether they're, still within date or not. That's just something you don't want to have.
It is, but it's so enjoyable.
Oh, can't imagine.
Spicy ones, like spicy pickled eggs are actually pretty delicious. I don't know.
Spicy pickled eggs might be one of the grossest things I've ever heard of.
Spicy pickled eggs. Caller 5 right now.
I can't.
On the contest lines wins buy one, get one free coupon for spicy pickled eggs at your local Atwoods with a $25 or more purchase of gift cards for $50 or more on the next holiday after the 4th of July. See store for details.
Between the 4th of July and Labor Day.
Yep. You win that. That's the prize. So, all right. There's going to be another take on One More Day on our next episode. So stick around for that. 855-853-4802 is our phone number to share your real ghost stories. Share them in the comments section on YouTube, on our channel there, or at realghoststoriesonline.com. We'd love to hear your real ghost stories. Until next time, for Carol and Todd, I am Tony. Thank you for listening and watching another episode of Real Ghost Stories Online.